Sally, turn to the very one you love the best and hug him up and kiss him up and tell him that you love him best. Kiki. You reveal who your boyfriend is.
Did you used to make boats?
Yes, well, we used to just do the simple book leaf one. Yeah, right? You used to tear out pages out of your book and you fold it and you shape and you get your boat.
Yeah.
And then rainy days we used to sail them in the gutter. And then you know your boat, you know.
Yeah.
You have your label on it.
And you run beside it. And for the spine now, they use bamboo because they're getting really high up, you know. Guys are go way high and I catch the wind, you know. Right?
Wind.
And even when I go inside, they would ask the younger ones, hold it for me, you know, don't make it fall long.
Right. I used to be fascinated at how they can get the kite to dance.
Yes.
Like old cans and stuff, or oil drums. They would fashion proper trucks with all bumper and fender.
Let me tell you what we used to do.
And tire. And there was actually a headline in the newspaper. No room for yankers, because they used to ring out themselves with a yanking. The yanking was a got you on my mind, feeling kinda
Kareem's Quest. On today's Kareem's Quest, I'm back with Cecile. Now, Cecile is my resident interviewee, so to speak. She's the one who gives so much knowledge to us. The last one that we did was about Jamaican household items. We did one before on JOS bus system. We did one on what else?
On the theaters.
On the theaters. So you can go into my YouTube video section and look at my podcast, where you can find all these episodes about Jamaican history. Today we want to talk about.
All right, let's talk about games we used to play.
All right.
Games we used to play. Because remember, back in the day, we never have phone. We never have TV.
True.
We had radio, but we didn't have TV. And the kids had to entertain themselves.
When in my time, when I was growing up in country, right, we never had as much technology as we do now, right? We used to have things that we used to, like truck that we used to make. Did you guys used to make that?
Oh yes, oh yes. That was an industry. They used to have competitions in the country, you know.
Really?
Who can make the best truck. And let me tell you, those guys did a bang up job, because some of the trucks look so real.
True.
You know, and the wheels could turn and all that. You had a wide variety, from the basic drinks box with the cotton wheel.
And then what I found out,
wheels.
Yes,
to metal.
And some boys were so good at woodwork.
They were so good, yes.
Some boys would carve and shave down their own.
Yes, what I've seen that just by beating like old cans and stuff, or oil drums, they would fashion proper trucks with all bumper and fender.
Let me tell you what we used to do.
And tire.
I was not that talented.
Beautiful.
I was not that talented. So you know what I used to do? Get the hanger, right? Straighten out the metal hanger. Create a little hook, get the hose, put it in a circle, and run over with that. Yeah, man.
Yes, that was a separate thing now, where you just had a hoop.
Yes.
A hoop, and then you guide the hoop with
and then guess what now? We used to have competition who can reach the shop fastest.
Fastest with it.
So you run with it.
You have to run with it.
Yeah, man, you have to run fast with it, man.
Yes, I used to be fascinated with the guys. They created the pulleys.
Yes.
And they could pull and turn and
carts,
maneuver the car.
I think, yes. If you have ever made any of these, let me know, or let us know in the comment section, and let us know what are some of the names, because that one now was intricate, you know. Because one, you had to have a little pivot point at the base, good, and then you had to have the two cords, and you had to just, and you turn it.
You turn it, yes.
Yes,
absolutely.
And you had to make that, the wheels had to be very smooth.
Right.
The boys who did that, and I must give people of that generation a lot of credit for being very good artisans, right? And for having that.
Do you recognize any of these items? Well, test your Jamaican knowledge at kareemsquest.com.
That level of dexterity as well.
And also to be able to adapt.
Because they made them, you know.
Take your hand on fashion. Oh yes.
True. They made it. They're smooth. I remember I had a cousin.
And painted it and
yes, and he would shave it down.
He
would shave it down to make sure that it's smooth.
Absolutely.
So it was a different time.
So you had that. You had kites. We used to make kites. So around March or so, when it's very windy, they used to have kites competitions, who can make the best kite.
But you'd have to go in them time they wouldn't have a lot of lines either, right?
Right. Yes. Power lines they had them, but not as much as now. So, and then you had actual physical games.
Yeah, but let me go back to the kites, please.
The kites, okay.
Right? If you used to make kites, please write something in the comment section. No,
I want to know how to make it.
Yes.
They used to use tissue paper and the spines of
bamboo.
Bamboo, yes, but also the palms or coconut palm, the spines, and then that would be the frame.
Oh.
And then you glue the tissue paper over it, and then very important, you have to have a tail. You have to have a tail because that is what is going to guide the kite.
Yeah. Because
and the string and everything,
I know the ones where they get it very high. So I know when it started to reach the professional level. But it was before my time still. But they would use like what newspaper, like what scandal bags were.
Oh yes,
right?
Plastic bag.
And for the spine now they use bamboo because they're getting really high up, Guys are go way, way high and catch the wind, right?
Wind.
And even when they go inside, they would ask the younger ones, hold it for me, don't make it fall long.
Right. I used to be fascinated at how they can get the kite to dance.
Yes.
Yes, we used to enjoy kite. In Montego Bay, where I grew up, there was a little park right in front of where we lived that they used to, that was the kite.
Really?
Yes, and boy, you used to see them and they make the kite dance and it make the sound too, like like jet.
It was really it was really something that was artistic,
Yeah, absolutely.
And you had to put thought into it because even to have the rudder, they would have a little tail
yes.
really perform similar to a rudder, and it make it move and it make it.
But there's the skill of the kiter, the person operating it, to know how to maneuver
and to feel that wind and then to move with the wind.
Yeah.
It really took a lot of talent. So that was something that was made, and I recognize that a lot of things were made, like even boats. Did you used to make boats?
Yes, well, we used to just do the simple book leaf one. Yeah, right? You used to tear out pages out of your book, and you fold it and you shape and you get your boat. Yeah. And then rainy days, we used to sail them in the gutter. And then you know your boat, Yeah. You have your label on it.
And you run beside it.
They have competitions who can race the thing.
Yeah.
But they had some people that, some boys could really make some very, very stush boats.
So we're talking about, when it come on to the craftsmanship and the handiwork, it was really the boys. The girls now used to do like the ring games. What were some of the ring games?
Yes, some of the ring games, the usual, Sally in the thing, bull in a pen.
Wait, please walk me through all them one by one. Bull in a pen, I think I remember it, bull in a pen. Everybody would hold hands in a circle. One person would try to run out.
And then you try to prevent them.
And you try, so then how's it, and if you remember the rules, because maybe I don't remember all the rules of these games, nor does Cecile remember all the rules of these games, but write something in the comment section, please, all right? So any of these games that you remember, please write it. And remember, you can share these videos, share them with your friends so they can get in on the discussion. So share these videos on WhatsApp, on X, on Facebook, on all social media platforms, so everybody can get in the discussion. So that's bowling a pen, right?
Right. Well, some of the games, the ring games, were imported from England, and they made no sense.
Okay.
Like little Sally water sprinkling in the saucer, rise, Sally, rise, and wipe your reeling eyes. Sally, go to the west. Sally, move to the.
I don't know that.
Right.
So what would you do?
Yeah, well, it's an acting out.
Okay.
So you select a child to be little Sally, and then now the children make a ring. She's in the center, and you sing, and she would do the instructions.
Okay.
Sally turn to the west, Sally turn to the east, Sally turn to the very one you love the best, and hug him up and kiss him up and tell him that you love him best. Kiki. You reveal who your boyfriend is. Right. So I had, you remember, 1, 2, 3 red light.
I remember 1, 2, 3. So I know how that game worked, right? So you had one person who would turn his or her back to the participants.
Right.
Everybody would start on a line. Good, it's how fast you can move.
Right, yeah.
And you would say, 1, 2, 3, red light, and
And
turn around.
and you have to
Yeah,
freeze. You have to freeze. You have to freeze. And you creep up, you know. I used to go on the side so they can't see you. And then whoever reach up to the top wins.
And so there were some persons who were so masterful at it. By the time you say 1, 2, 3, red light, you don't know how they reach this already.
Yes,
you know?
yes, yes, they're fast. It's long time we sprinting.
Yeah, don't it? So Jamaica is known for sprinters.
Yeah.
And it's a long time. And listen, for a lot of these nostalgic type stuff, you can find all of them on my YouTube page. A lot of the videos then we talk about every different aspect of Jamaica.
Yeah.
And if you have any pointers that you want to give to us in terms of topics, let us know. So you would play 1, 2, 3 red light. What other games would be there?
Right. You have
What about this one with Bob and Weave?
in and out the window, in and out the window, in and out the window. And then we would make a ring and hold up your arms, and then you thread through in and out the window, in and out the window.
It must be a girl game that because there's
no winner. There's no winner.
No, boys game you have to have winner.
You have to have a winner.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, this one was just the patterns that you would make.
A lot of the favorite
you
for
know
boys.
The one, Jane and Louisa will soon come home.
Soon come home. I know the song. I don't know this.
Yes.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, and it's really mostly storytelling through singing.
Okay.
Right. But we used to occupy ourselves with all of those things. The main thing is that we were outdoors.
True.
We were outdoors.
So you were developing your motor
and
skills.
we were physically active. So whether we were playing hide and seek or hopscotch or in and out the window, Little Sally Water. What is the one that this group in the thing? Brown
girl in the ring.
Girl in the ring.
Tra-la-la-la-la.
Brown girl in the ring. Tra-la-la.
What was the rule for that one again?
There's a brown girl in the ring. Tra-la-la-la-la. Brown girl in the ring. Tra-la-la. Be like sugar and I love plum. Skip around the ocean. And you just, it's one of those call and response.
Got you.
Yes, like the other song.
If you can tell us, like, just remind us, if you remember what the whole motive and the whole instruction was for Brown Girl in the Ring, please let us know. Right?
And yes, and
I remember
Sally Waters. And then you have the ones that you have to sit down, you know, the one about down and darkness and it can't get in. And you pass a stone, right? And part of the song says, if your finger mash, no cry. Right? So you pass a stone around. And yeah.
Wow. I remember playing as a young boy, Last Lick. Last Lick was popular.
Yes.
Right?
After school. When
After
school
school, yes.
School let out. Yes.
So,
I used to do things like, you have a grievance.
Yeah.
And you just do this.
We said after school.
After school, catch you.
I never forgot, right?
Children,
we used to hang out, and I remember we cut off one of our friends. So we were hanging out outside of class, playing Last Lick. The teacher catch us. I had a friend named Ryan Peart, fast thinking, right? The supervisor came to us and said, this was a supervisor who loved to give detention. So she gave detention for everything, right? And as a little kid, you know you want to go back home fast.
Right, this is prep school.
This is high school, first form.
Oh, okay.
So now we're in the corridor. She comes down and sees us and calls us and says, all three of us, come here. So we come here, so I can't figure out nothing. She says, what are you doing here? Peart, with just quick thinking on his feet. We're going to call the teacher, miss, because the teacher don't come class yet. She knows it's a lie, but she can't prove it.
She can't prove it.
Anyway, our next brother named Roderick finally get to catch up with Peart. You know what Roderick did in front of Peart and the teacher? Last Lick. The teacher said, all three in detention.
Detention. Because you must not be the last one to get the lick. You have to be the last lick.
So we there taking up garbage after school, and I'm laughing about because Peart upset now, you know. Peart say, yo, from this day forward, Roderick, you and me can never part. Because he never stopped Last Lick for nothing, you know.
Yeah.
Him after the last lick.
After the last lick.
Right? And I mean, we used to have this thing where like somebody would tell a story and say, boy, you know, someone hurt my foot, and person say, which part hit your foot? I'm gonna say, you know, someone hurt my foot right from big last lick.
You find a reason, find a way to get it.
This is what you go through. He just said, Like him serious and
Well,
everything.
we had a game, we used to call it Sefe. I don't know if you know about
Yes, fair.
Sefe. Right. Sefe.
Like
you
deer
can't do- It's a deer. Right, Sefe.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, but the girls though we used to play jacks.
Yeah,
The boys play marble.
right, true.
And jacks was a whole series of things, you know.
Tree bounced.
Yeah, yes, you had various games.
Yeah.
Yes.
People
yeah.
who had big palms that had an advantage with jacks though, right?
The jacks, cause you have to
Yeah.
catch it. Yes.
People who had a big palm really had an advantage
But
there.
the boys used to play too, you know.
I know.
Boys
Boys used to
play,
love marble more than anything. So
Yeah.
we used to have with marble, you know. So like a steely marble was a prize marble, right? And it was made of steel. The other marbles, I don't know if it was glass or what, right?
Glass.
So as a king now, you know, like you have your steely, so you're the king now. You break a person glass marble, you know.
Oh no, that's
Yeah, because you have to show authority.
Yes.
You have to show authority. Why
was a
I'm
pop.
king.
Yeah.
And if you beat somebody who has a steely marble, you take his steely marble from him.
Oh my goodness.
Because steely marble now is a final
It's
play.
a
It's like a
prize.
chess play.
It's like a yeah,
So
that's
it's
the
like
king.
that's the king.
Okay.
So when you get the steely marble now, you want to show the person, say, no, I'm the winner, the overall winner now. You size up somebody marble, you know, and you put all your strength in it. And some guys, you see the glass marble just break in half like this.
Really?
Yeah, man.
I
It says
know that.
marble game done. I am
Right,
king.
Right. What about top?
Gig.
Yeah.
I know gig.
Right, but it wasn't the commercial one. You have one that the
Yeah, man,
guys
where
is
you,
a
you
mix.
scrape down the
Right.
wood and you
then
put the
I
nail,
put that nail in there.
wrap the card
wrap
around
the
it,
cord, right. Yeah.
and who gig can spin the longest
The
now.
longest.
So we used to have a little circle,
Yes.
and you spin the gig in the circle. Some people, the king
Concrete,
gig,
it was pavement or
so it had to be a smooth. No, sometimes it was dirt, but it would be hard dirt. And your king gig just all click out the other gig and everything.
yes.
And your gig spins the longest. If you know how to make a gig, or if you used to make gigs
Right.
when you were younger, please write something in the comment section and tell us
What
how
we
to make
should
it.
do too is yo-yo. Remember yo-yo?
Yes.
The thing and
Yeah.
people could
Wait,
do all kind of
yo-yo
things.
was in your time too?
Of
I
course.
thought yo-yo was just my time.
No man, yo-yo was in our time.
Yeah, some guys who used to make a triangle and make a swing.
Yeah, oh no.
Yeah, they got very, like, really creative.
And, with the yo-yo.
And they used to do something called walk the dog.
Yes.
Yeah.
And people used to do all kind of things, fling it behind them.
Yes.
And we also had, there was a big craze in the early 60s, hula hoop.
Okay, yes, I
You remember that?
remember that.
Man, you got some good exercise.
True, don't
Right.
it?
You have to,
The girls would love it.
Yes,
Because they would put it down and they'd say, oh.
Yes, and they had competitions where you have the hula hoop flat on the ground.
Yeah.
You have to kick it up and you whirl it on your shins and then
And
you
they bring it up.
and you bring it up and then you take a finger woo.
Yeah, because I remember seeing some person swing
Yes.
on the neck until they can bring it on the head and they take it over to the finger.
Yes. Yeah,
That
those were very skillful things.
Wow.
Back in the late 50s, they used to have a dance named Skank. Yank.
Young. Okay.
And there was actually a headline in the newspaper. No room for Yankers, because they used to ring out themselves with the Yankee. The Yankee
Really?
was a got you on my mind, feeling kinda I own. Do. And you yank, you have to fling your hip. It's like, and the headline in the newspaper was, no room in the hospital for Yankers. A couple people got appendicitis from the Yankee.
I can't believe you.
Yes.
So you see, stop being my generation and say we alone do some little crazy move.
We
So
always had,
they're throwing the hips until they're walking down in pain.
or they get appendicitis.
Lord.
Yes, but all of these games and fun things, it was activity. This is the
Physical
point I want to make, Kareem, that the kids today are deprived. That's why you have obesity.
Yeah, non-communicable diseases,
Yes,
right?
and you have a uptick in depression and
True.
autism and all them things, because children don't know how to relate to one another. And
People have social anxiety.
yeah, the only thing that get exercise are the thumbs.
Because, in
So
all
they-
honesty, one of the things I hate about my generation and younger, you would call them and they'll insist on texting, They don't want to call and they don't want to physically meet. So you'll go out to a dance now, and the girls are over this side and the guys are over that side, and they're texting
They're
each other.
texting each other. Where sometimes you go out on a date And they talk, so you have lost the art of communication.
Communication. We don't. It's true.
And this is why we have problems with violence where...
Yeah, dispute resolution.
Dispute resolution. What is that?
True.
We don't know how to mitigate quarrels and so on because we have lost the ability to communicate.
Because, listen, so this was another thing to use a play, right? So the person, for boys that is, and tell me if this is wrong. The boy who have the ball make the rule, you know. So when we used to play cricket, you know, the guy who have the ball, him make the rule, you know. And if you not pick him, take the ball and go home, you know.
Yeah, or taking marble and go home.
Or taking marble, or taking football.
Yeah.
And then go home. Once you get a call, I can call foul, and you know, give him the foul call.
God, pick up your ball and go.
And then another thing that used to happen to us when we used to play cricket. So, and I used to have to be a negotiator from when I was younger. So you play cricket. First of all, cricket, I can understand why cricket even as a sport died out because they need space to play cricket.
Right.
We used to play cricket on the road.
On the road.
We batter 6 one time and it got through this guy, Major Foster glass window.
Ooh.
Everybody dispersed.
Yeah.
But I live right beside him, Mr. Foster.
Yes. Oh my God.
So I know go knock on him gate. And you heard the sternness in his voice now. No. Right? I'm gonna say, boy, Mr. Foster, first of all, I just came to apologize. I don't expect to get back the ball. Yeah. I don't expect to get back the ball because none of us working and it's big sign of disrespect, right? Anyway, Mr. Foster sit down and give me a piece of lecturing for about 1 hour. Yeah. And afterwards he gave back the ball. Right, because he understands we don't have green spaces in the city enough for children to play and just let off energy. And children really need to let off energy. They do, we do, especially boys. Yes, so you see, when recess time, I used to teach. And I remember way back. And I remember fascinated, I just watch recess, just watch the bodies, how they move. And sometimes they don't have any, it's like ants, like mad ants. Them just want to run. They're just running, you don't know which direction. They just run. It is really amazing. I mean, but it's just energy to the kids want, and especially, you know, that's why I love communal spaces. I really do. I love it for young kids and I love it for family. Yeah. Right? I love accessible communal spaces. It's important. So, you know, Hope Gardens. Like where we are now, it is one of the best places in the whole of the Kingston metropolitan area. True. And I'm so happy to see so many people using it. Yeah, because persons have to come and they have to really feel comfortable and just run around and I love it because it's also free to access for family. Right. Like, you know, you have a pier, a marina basically in Portland. I forget what its name is. Errol Flynn, I think. Flynn Marina, yeah. It is lovely just to just walk that whole course. And you see families on Sundays. Right, Devon House is another one. You move around, people come and they have the picnics and as they say, you're playing those physical games. Yes. So a game that I used to love watching that the women used to play named Dandy Shandy. Dandy Shandy. Now, what used to happen is that 2 persons stand up, 1 person on one end, another person on another end, right? You have a female in the middle. Now they get the box drink them, they empty it out, put all 4 box drink them in, put them in, right? And get it as hard as a ball. Yes. Good? And the aim is to throw it and hit the person who is in the middle. And the person who is in the middle aim is to sight. So you used to have girls that hold at them. We used to call it sight. Some people call it sight. We used to say, slip your fool. Listen, some people just stand up and just dodge it, sir. And the same girl who I talked about. Skip our job. Same girl who I talked about, a girl named Kadian, who used to go to primary school with me. Same girl who I used to say used to just cry and it was hilarious. But she was phenomenal. Sometimes I shall flick. Just to flick it and the whole crowd come around, you know, right? Because she's a master. One time I'll never forget. One time them corner her and she hold her uniform skirt and jump and split. Wow. And the ball was... Wow. And I was like, whoa. See, once again, action, activity. Reflexes. You're honing all your body. Of course. Impulses and so on. So it was important. Nice. I mean, it was a different time, you know, then. And then you also had, we used to play like board games too, right? What were some of the popular board games? Yes, board games. You had checkers, snake and ladder, Ludo. But why do some people say Ludi? Ludi, but it's Ludo. It's Ludo name. Okay then. Yeah, it's Ludo. Okay. And I was an ace at Scrabble. Really? Yes, Scrabble. Because you are a wordsmith. And we used to get serious, you know, about Scrabble.
You know, and in my family, when we play Scrabble and we play an unusual word, and then somebody challenges it, we had a Scrabble dictionary, you know. And my brother would have said, pick it up, not a word, not a word. And they'd say, you challenge, you want me to challenge me? All right. Look up in the dictionary, it's a word. They lose a play. They lose a play and they lose a turn.
Yeah, you know which one was most dramatic though? Domino.
Domino, yes.
You had some persons, right, who could read hands phenomenally. Right?
Without cheating?
Without cheating.
Yeah.
Without, like I played with persons who, they would play 2 games.
Right.
They would look at how many persons play one,
but they know
who play 5, and they look at the pattern, and they look at your behavioral pattern.
Yeah.
So they say, you like play off your blank them first. Someone will say, yo, you know no more blank, make the play. And I feel more now, and he knows your behavior because he knows you play off all your blanks quickly.
Yes.
So him say, no man, play the ace of spade where you have, or man say, play whatever you have, play the double 5. Play the double 5. Right. And you draw him out in there, you say, you don't know me. You can't tell me. I never tell you, play double 5.
No, the men, Jamaican men and domino is a phenomenon by itself.
Listen.
And you ever see when them finally win?
So listen, I never forget there's this one game I was watching, man, and the man said, 2 of them have one more domino, and he said, play double 5 that you have. And the man said, no man, I said, play a double 5. And the crowd start come down now, you know. So the man feel ashamed.
This was a tournament?
Yeah, the man feel ashamed. But it's not necessarily a tournament, but you know, you gather your drinks and them play. And so this was a tournament, and he said, play a double 5. You know want to play double 5, man, go around it and you always go like you're better than me and remember some beat a whole heap of time and they might dry it out, you know. So the more dry it out, the more the crowd come down now and everybody or whatever. You see, I never play double 5 them, just catch it by the side. So when they catch by the side, man, mash up the table. I said, go home, boy.
Boy! It's a whole...
Jamaican men love that. And I saw them do one in a tournament game and them lose. You know what the man them do? Them scrape the domino them and put signals on them, right? And the tournament person, though, the referee or whoever it was, the judge, said, start feel the domino surface them. I realized that on the left surface of all them have scrapes.
Okay.
And they would feel them out and know, okay, who have what and who play what.
So they used to bet with money. That is when they bet
that's
with
tournament,
money.
yeah man. So when they shuffle the domino now, and they have the person now who can hold up the game, then call pass when them have domino for play.
Oh, that is also cheating.
Rita Mal, that's about who caught the game. Who caught the game? Could be Natty Dread, could be Ballhead, but it's somebody supposed to pass now. You can have a domino for play now, but you want to try change the odds one more time. So it's a pass.
Right. So what was your favorite game?
My favorite game, so I loved watching domino a lot, right? But my favorite game was Last Lick in terms of a physical game, right? The game that I loved to observe was domino, but my physical game was Last Lick. And then the board game for me was Snake and Ladder. I did like Snake and Ladder. Yes. Yeah. And I love the fact that some people when they catch the big snake, catch them.
When they reach near the top, and they have to go right down. And they of course used to tease each other. Like I can hear my brother. Take up here, whoa. Yeah, man.
And they all shake, they all get a pattern when they are shake, you know, right?
So you used to play Monopoly?
So I used to play Monopoly much later, but Monopoly was a phenomenal game, I must say that.
Yes,
it really
Monopoly.
taught you life skills.
Right, yes.
Yeah, I must say that, right? But it was for me.
And card games.
Card games, I never learned card games until I was doing like permutation in high school.
Okay.
And doing statistics. But card game was another one of those things where I loved the psychological element of it because persons, if you notice when they're playing like gambling with poker, they would wear glasses because people use cues to judge patterns.
Yes.
So a person would say, well, every time you go for the ace, you scratch your beard. And you have to figure that out, you know.
Yes.
So you always have to be breaking your pattern.
Okay.
So like for example,
you can't show your emotions.
So let's say you play.
That's what they call poker face.
Yeah, poker face. So let's say you play a 9 and I go so, and I open up my eyes. So ratted him, have something to counter that 9, you know. Watch him now. You get me? So I mean, I loved guys who could read it well because they were playing a game within a game.
Yes, a game within a game.
Let us know as we're talking about all of these games. What are some of your favorite games and why? Write that in the comment section and let us know, please, all right? So we're continuing with it as game. Were there any other games that you would play often, especially as females?
Right. Apart from the jacks and so on, I remember at boarding school, we used to play a lot with paper dolls.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, I need to ask you about that. Did
We
you
used to-
have
we used to-
dolls?
yes, we used to make our own paper dolls, and then, dress them.
Yeah.
So you draw your dress, and you had like a tabs, and you have to, the tabs to kind of fold it over the person.
Yeah.
And you have to draw the dress to fit the shape of the doll.
You
understand?
serious?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. We used to spend umpteen hours because classroom teacher was a popular game among girls.
Yes.
So you have to lay out your doll.
What about Dolly House?
Yeah, well, it's the same kind of thing, dolly house, but it's teacher.
Okay, okay,
So
okay.
like to play teacher, and especially so you could have beat the kids. It's a love beat.
Now, one game that the older kids used to always trick the younger kids with is Two Little Blackbirds.
Oh yes, yes. I know. You know that game? You put a piece of paper on your finger. Two little blackbirds sat on the wall. One named Peter, one named Paul.
Fly away.
Fly away, Peter. You switch your finger. Fly away, Paul. Come back, Peter. Come back, Paul. Until I learned the trick of that game, I used to think, magic. How she do that? How you do that?
It's a fool to pick them.
Where the paper gone? And the paper just come back, Oh my
That was
goodness.
a tricky one. What about hide and seek?
Hide and seek was a popular game. I'm telling you, I have a scar on my forehead.
Yeah.
I got the biggest cocoa of life because, no, that was blind man. We're playing blind man.
Okay.
It's different from hide and seek.
What is blind man?
Blind man is you close your eyes and you try to find a prize. They would hide something and you close. But of course, I was so innocent and honest. I closed my eye and tight, but my brother, them used to peep and them always get the prize. So I had my eyes closed.
You played honestly?
I played it honestly, and I hit up against the key. That was, I couldn't dig up my eye, The key in the door, because I was just about that tall, and it connected with my forehead. Man, I got the biggest cocoa. It was as big as my father's fist.
Wow.
Yeah, I had to go to the hospital.
Wow.
Go to the doctor, yeah.
Wow. That is like, and that one was a rough one as well. I mean, hide and seek was also there for me in terms of, but I always thought that hide and seek should have parameters. Because I was playing hide and seek with a friend one time, and he went off and got have dinner. I was searched and filmed the whole place,
Wicked.
Right? And I scrape out him, scrape out the food now for the dogs. I would go in the yard and peek and see him.
It was there.
We there toiling,
Toiling,
right?
trying to
Yeah,
find
man.
it.
You see like how them say, they while their companion slept.
Yes. How do you go home?
We lift up rubbish bin,
Yeah,
we
wicked.
search through rubbish, we search through trash, we search through boxes, everything.
Oh my goodness.
1 hour worth of searching.
Oh God.
Me and a Richie named Kirk. That was horrible on you.
Horrible.
Yeah, man. So he hide and seek, was the other one. But as you rightfully said, these things also made us, very active. And it made us want to go outside.
Right.
And that is a natural part of our upbringing, right?
And innovative too, because you think of how to outsmart the next person. So you have to really use your brain.
It's true.
Yeah.
No, I mean, and that is, for me, that was something, very important. Listen,
Yes.
I love the fact that you are so engaged. I love the fact that I never thought that, to be honest, I never thought this was going to be as big as it became.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But it means that people
value
Jamaican history.
Jamaican history, and we should encourage it.
True.
We should encourage it. So please let us know what you'd like us to talk about.